and welcome back to GSA. We got a Celeste match coming right to you. We got Lev0, I can't read numbers with that low quality, 067, and Squeali0. I'm Troy Athens, and joining me, I got Electric.
What's up, Troy? Yeah, a little bit of technical weirdness for the commentators at the very start, but seem to be getting things ironed out. There we go with that high quality 1080 1000p or whatever. Really excited for this race tonight. Squeali0 putting out a solid performance last time. Gonna be hoping for a little bit better of a race. You know, kind of I think he was like a minute and a half off his PB or so in that last race. So hopefully a little bit stronger performance tonight. Meanwhile, just excited to see Lev play. I haven't watched his gameplay yet. Really hopeful about him. We'll see what comes up.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess I'll just do like a little mention because I know of it. Milo, there's an AG at the start. The team. Lev is part of a team now, apparently, known as the Archie Gang. It's the actual team name. I'm not even joking.
That's pretty hype in its own right.
Yeah. I am not entirely sure of like the talks about that. I was like, I saw like them mentioning it in chat. I was like, by the way, I forgot when signing up for the schedule to put AG in my name, so please do that. And I was like, what does AG stand for? And it's like Archie Gang, and I'm like, that's a thing.
Pretty solid username. Let's see if he gets the luck of the Archie tonight.
Yeah, solid team right there.
Now, we do have to report, if you are looking at the schedule, the match right after this is not there anymore. That's because it was unfortunately canceled. One of the runners wasn't able to make it. So this will be the last race of the evening. So
let's focus on this match now.
This prologue, very exciting section. Leads are won and lost here. See a lot of dashing. Yeah, it's just kind of the 30-second, you don't have anything useful time, so you have to deal with it at the start of every run, but at least the run picks up within a minute. And it looks like one of the runners, I guess, wasn't able to do the prologue skip, so they went ahead and both agreed not to do it. So you're going to see those Forsaken City times look a little bit more wonky than you might be expecting.
Okay, starting out into Forsaken City. Oh! Lev not quite getting the dash back there.
Well, Squeali0 having some issues getting across that gap.
Yeah, some minor issues coming out here in the first chapter.
Yeah, maybe the player's not quite warmed up properly. Squeali0 having some issues again, just getting on top of that little tunnel area.
Extremely
oh, and then
important.
missing the platform entirely. That nice backup. I thought he was just going to take that death. And of course, take that right in the next room.
Yeah, neutral jumps were very obvious to be done there for a backup. At least for me. Sorry. So yeah, just going through it. Unfortunate that things like that are happening, but it is, of course, good awareness by Squeali0 to be able to understand that the neutrals would be good there. But yeah, Squeali0 seems to be just messing up on some wave dash setups and hypers right now. This really does seem like a case of just not warming up enough.
Yeah, just not quite getting the timing under his fingers. Lev going to be
very important
considerable
to
time.
have the blood pumping through your fingers properly for you'd be able to have that good reaction time.
And that final insult to injury, Squeali0 missing that last jump of that last room. So
yeah, not quite able to get the little corner strat. Looks like Lev was taking a little bit of a break before starting up chapter 2, while Squeali0 just kind of went straight into it.
Yeah, I think he left sounds on his splits or something, and so he went to go ahead and turn that off during the menuing there.
Right. Okay.
So both of them now in the old site. Lev with a decent lead, especially after that death from
Oh!
Squealia, but Lev with one to match.
Yeah, it's gonna make it a bit closer for Squealio, who is actually currently behind given the timer desync.
Oh boy. I mean, jump on top of that green block, not quite getting enough height. Looks like Lev suffering from the same issue.
Mm-hmm. But Lev still really able to keep the lead, just by a little bit. I'd say about 5 seconds at this point. Okay, 10. 10 seconds. Just going by screen transition timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movement through this battle and chase does seem to be pretty consistent overall.
And getting a little bit of a pseudo sync on this screen as we go into the final battle line chase sequence now. And interesting routing there from Lev, deciding to do a diagonal dash to go to the bottom left coin before the bottom right one.
Kind of an interesting little routing difference.
Yeah.
Looks like Lev will be maintaining
Don't
that
see
lead.
many players going for that typically. It is faster to go for the bottom right and then bottom left because it's actually kind of slow going through the dream blocks.
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you know, you can't really. You're kind of stuck at whatever speed it gives you. Like, there's no way to speed up that animation. So, the less time you spend in there, the better.
Yeah.
Of course, there are some parts where it's completely unavoidable, so you have to use it. But when we do, you always notice that we're always doing like the shortest path, doing these diagonal dashes in all these different places, and it's because of that.
Yeah, it's always at set speed.
Yeah.
And so we see going into the Celestial Resort, both of them 16 seconds apart.
And the key cycles causing a bit of problems for Squealio there. And Lev with some really good ultras there.
Moving right along through Resort, getting close to the huge mess room. Okay. That was some pretty clean movement through these rooms.
I think I found the problem. We're good now, so we'll just be moving through.
Okay, so some pretty nice movement through the mess for Lev. Let's see if Squealia can match. Getting a slight bit caught up on the end, but seemed to be pretty good for most of it.
Oh, Lev having some trouble with this spike jump here.
Yeah, cannot seem to get good distance whatsoever from that wall. He's losing all of his lead right now.
Yeah, it's not about
Squealia
distance,
getting
it's
handily through.
Yeah, it's about getting the angle correct and just wasn't jumping at the right angle to get off of that. Like that is, I'm sure you remember the offer that I gave you today in chat.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like a full run, I just want to go over like little tricks like here and there, because like understanding the little caveats that go into spike jumps, for example, since we were just on that, really can help with commentating.
Yeah, that's certainly fair.
So even if you don't want to learn the full run for right now, I can just teach you like the little little things here and there, like the little tricks that are important to know.
Yeah, like I
Although I
definitely
can't
want
teach
to
you
learn.
bubs drop.
Yeah,
I can, like, it's for those certain things. I'll like, explain the mechanics of bubs drop. I can explain the mechanics of yeet, because both of those are just too crazy to learn for me right now. And we got, oh my god, that synced movement was so good for a little bit.
Yeah, and then Lev just going right into the dust right there.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, I definitely want to learn the full run at some point. It's just I'd rather kind of like tackle one project at a time.
Right. It's just like, there are reasons why yeet is so impressive, because it really is. So many things have to go right for it to work.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Squealio messing up a little bit on this key screen.
Yeah, is able to go ahead and recover now though.
I think I'll try to like make a point to talk about every little detail that's going on in a yeet when we get to them. But for right now, we're coming up on Demo Dash. Squealy, of course, not going for it being a console player, while Lev is going to be going for it. Got the checkpoint and gets it on the first try there. Squealy, good job with the hyper dash room.
Yeah, that one can be a pretty
quad
tricky
hyper.
one on those moving platforms.
Yeah. And it's a room that, it's basically the whole reason why I learned Demo Dash, is because I was like, this screen is way too hard, I'm just not going to care for it anymore, I'm going to go do Demo Dash.
Right. Just skip over the whole thing, it's all good.
Yeah, it's just a lot easier to just ignore that screen entirely than try to learn it. Like, if there's that option, I'll take it.
Okay, so Lev moving through the Oshiro chase, Squealio joining him just a little bit behind visually. Ooh, nice movement from Lev there. Okay.
And Lev is going to be able to finish it out, getting the last screen on the first try there.
Yeah, 8:51, not a bad Celestial Resort leaving time.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Squealio though,
with the
taking that
pretty late in this room.
About halfway, yeah.
Cost some precious time. As Lev moves on into that golden ridge.
Good state of mind to wait a second there. And is able to make it through on the second try. Finishing out with a 9:31 file timer. Lev is now has started their golden ridge.
Great dashes through that room. Nice momentum
Yeah, that was
carry.
top movement. And of course, being part of the Archie gang, you gotta do the Archie.
You're flubbing that movement on the door, unfortunately, but still a nice room.
And missing the spike bounces again. Okay, get to that third time now.
You seem to have some trouble with the precision on those like really tight wall bounces.
Yeah, it's really just the angle that you have to do to be able to get the spike jumps. And
Oh,
failing on the
going right
ultra
out.
on auto-scroller skip. That is the harder of the two strategies, going for the ultra. Going for it a second try there.
And it does work out
Yeah.
this try.
Yeah. I still resort to using extended hyperdashing on that screen. It's just so much easier.
Okay, Lev moving right on along. We're pretty deep into Golden Ridge. And to take the bubble is a bit of a backup.
Mm-hmm. And good job at using a wave dash at the end. Gonna use a little bit of faster movement. And some interesting choices with the little bit of wall grab at the end, during part of that. There's really crazy stuff to see.
Okay, so Lev moving right on along.
And yeah, Lev currently working with a pretty large lead, hoping to keep this as we move into some of the more technical chapters. Now, as we move, as we get closer and closer to Chapter 5, it's really important to have that lead. And 5, 6, and 7, honestly, in general.
Yep.
What's essentially the second half of the run.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how so much of the run is concentrated in that late game. I have that thought so many times going into Reflection. Especially like Summit. Summit is just like a third of the run is one level.
Yep. And Chapter 9 is going to be just as long.
Oh man, that'll be a treat to play.
It'll be so much fun. Okay, 1146 out of Chapter 4. Ooh, Speedo not getting the dash back. Gonna have to take this again and not quite getting the wave dashes that they need.
Lev moving right along in 5A Mirror Temple though.
As Squealio's finishing it out. Gonna be about a minute difference with that finish time. And Lev setting that back up for the cycle skip. Yeah, very important things to note. So yeah, while there aren't any global cycles, they are local that start when you enter the room. It is very important, like I said, that they start when you enter the room. And your respawn timer, I should have talked about that. Yeet.
Oh, that beautiful yeet from Lev. That was perfect.
A great yeet. That was absolutely picture perfect right there. And so yeah, it really is just like, so you want to make sure that if you die, you can, if you're not comfortable with the death cycle, you can always just go off to the left and re-enter the screen to set up for the cycle again, because the death cycle is different because it actually starts as soon as the death the respawn animation happens. So there's actually that respawn timer that becomes a factor of what cycle you're in. But now coming into yeet for Squealio, I'll give a little bit of help here. So yeah, you are getting the momentum from this dash block, but you also want to get the lowest possible jump off of the dash block to get you a jump off of the platform just to the right, and from there you're doing another, obviously a bunny hop off of there into a corner boost with a diagonal upwards dash to get that corner boost with the right timing, so that you can carry the momentum into the next screen in order to get the yeet. So it's like about I'd say about 4 things that have to go right in order for it to work. And unfortunately, Lev not getting the Bubs drop.
Oh boy. This could be pretty big for Squealio. Let's see if he's able to get it the second try. Wanting to set something up there. Whatever it was, it worked for him. Very, very nice. So for anyone that doesn't know, the checkpoints in that room are coded so that if you don't enter from the main entrance, it'll respawn you at the ladder entrance, since those are the only 2 you can normally go in or out from. So whenever you do the Bubs drop, since you're coming in from an entrance that isn't the main one, it just takes you to the ladder one. Okay, waiting for a music cue. That's interesting.
Squealio forced to do a reverse Bubs. Not gonna get it, and actually not even gonna go for it a second time. Is actually just gonna do the normal 5B route. Get the
interesting.
And just go for it again. So for anyone wondering what it looks like to not do Bubs drop on this chapter, here you go.
Yeah, I gotta go all the way over here just to get an orb.
And just get the red bubble to move you through, and you keep traveling it. And kind of same idea as the dream block. There's no way to speed up that animation, so it's slow in its own right as well.
Yeah. All that to get through one spike tunnel.
Yep.
And of course, there is the drag corner strat that some people used before Bub's drop, but that's even more difficult. Not getting the dash off of the switch that a lot of people go for. As Lev going into the Seeker movement here, we've seen a lot of people get tripped up by this.
Yeah, it's really the Seeker combined with having Theo that really is annoying. And I've seen a lot of trouble coming out from Gauntlet lately in qualifiers in general. So I'm really hoping, yep, looking good for Lev. Going to be able to get through the Gauntlet on the first try.
Nice Theo throws.
And the impossible room. Clearly
Making the
impossible.
impossible look easy.
Oh!
Oh, Lev trying to wait for the cycle.
Yeah, I was trying to go for a cycle they were used to and did not quite carry the momentum on that first block there. And squeali0 taking the risk, going down for that coin when the Seeker would have gotten for him anyway.
Oh, and then, of course, dashing right into that Seeker's path. Is he able to recover this? Okay.
Yeah, he's fine. He's still got a dash.
Oh, but then taking that late death there. Ouch.
Yeah. Taking the same death, essentially, as well. Okay, able to get that time.
Rocking the 2-cycle Seeker movement there.
And, okay, Lev failing a couple attempts on the leg skip right now as squeali0 is heading into the gauntlet that I was referring to earlier. Lev's still having trouble with this leg skip. Not quite getting it. This is like the 5th try at this point.
This is kind of ridiculous at this
Oh,
point.
wow.
I mean, just not getting the spike
Lev.
jump.
Come on, Lev. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. So that spike jump is a little bit different than other spike jumps, just by the way. You're actually not doing the same rules as other spike jumps. You're essentially, there's a little section of the wall that just doesn't have a hitbox for the spikes at all. You know, just the very bottom of that wall. So you are wall bouncing off of that, not necessarily the idea of spike jumps that we were using before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because we're not moving away from that wall at any point when we do that wall bounce. Only after we, you know, input the jump is when we actually start moving away. You're actually not inputting anything, really. You just dash up and then jump.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so there's a small section under the wall where there is no spike hitbox, and that's where you jump off. It exists on some of the spike walls, and that one in particular has it as well.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Well, squeali0 moving into...
Yeah, deciding not to do... Oh, wait, right, yet again, we're on console. Leg skip is actually harder on the consoles. It is possible, but it's much tighter.
Yeah, for those that don't know, the console versions are a tad outdated compared to the PC version.
When
So,
Chapter 9.
Yeah, when Chapter 9 comes out, that'll be all updated.
Yeah, everything will be on the same patch. So they're waiting until Chapter 9 to update the consoles. So that's always where that meme comes up. Along with the fact that everyone just wants Chapter 9.
Yup. Okay, so Lev moving through this feather section here.
Oh, no, Lev!
Oh, what even? Those bumpers, man.
Yeah,
Ouch.
this is a misdirected dash there. Causing some troubles.
They give squeali0 some ample opportunity to make up some time.
Mm-hmm. But it is a lot of time to have to make up.
Oh, yes. This timer already 30 seconds back, and there's just a few rooms behind squeali0. Went ahead with the high road. Or sorry, behind Lev. That's my bad.
Yeah, this isn't the choice that we have to make quite yet. It's at this screen.
Oh, okay, duh, my bad.
Otherwise, everything else is always the same. That the path that we go for before that is actually the optimal route. Like there is no debate on that.
Ah.
And like, if you ever are confused, just take the other path if you're ever wondering, and you're like, oh yeah, this is much slower. Like there are certain screens that are just like really annoying. Like as a speedrunner of this game, at a certain point you forget that those screens even exist, and you just there's a I believe I have done like a couple bingos before, and there is actually a square on bingo of like, do you go all bottom route or something like that for chapter 6, and it is grueling. It's like so painful.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Okay, so Lev is in the middle of the Battleland fight now, and Squealia is going for the Battleland boost. Very important to get the Battleland boost correct, by the way, on console, because it is possible to crash the game in the current patch on console.
Isn't it like if you die as you enter the cutscene
Yes,
or something?
if you die in the cutscene, it will crash the game. So you actually have to make sure you skip cutscene before you, because you're going so fast that the game isn't able to slow you down enough to not make you hit the spikes in the cutscene. So you gotta, skip cutscene before that happens, otherwise you will die in the cutscene and that will crash the game. It's like that, it's like you're going so fast that the game's programming that it's told to slow you down during a cutscene isn't able to slow you down in time.
That's...
It's amazing. It's really an hilarious concept when you think about it.
Yeah, it's amazing that something like that is possible just because of that Kevin block.
Yeah.
And so Squealia having some issues with parts of his battling fight here. Lev seem to be moving pretty cleanly through it.
Like the game just doesn't expect you to be able to go that fast. So it's, they never bother to program in. It's slowing you down that much. It's needing to slow you down that much. Okay, Lev now on the second to last screen of the Battleland fight. Now the final one.
His long feather movement. Nice direction on the laser. Ooh, nice laser skip. I'm just gonna move right on through the level
there.
up.
Good awareness of the cycles from Lev there, yeah. Squealia the same. There is a bit of a wind-up time that happens with the laser, so even if it looks like it's about to fire, you do have a little bit of time to be able to hit battle line if you're close enough. Also,
Yeah.
I believe there actually is a little bit of forgiveness with it as well. Like if you're, for example, these orbs, these little red balls that you have here being shot out, they don't have a hitbox for a little bit as they're being shot out of battle line. So
Interesting.
So you actually can also ignore them as you get a bit closer. A good way to reference that is, the times when she'll shoot out more than one per loop is they won't have a hitbox until they're both fully out.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's actually a good way to go for it with the timing there.
So Lev in the summit climb now, taking a death in this later room. In that initial climb. That's actually a pretty early room, that's my bad. Yeah, this is really the time for the Monka jams. This music is so good, and yet this stage is so hard.
Yes. It really is the perfect time to do that stuff. Like, either in this, like this section of Celeste, or like there are other speedruns, like, if there's like a really good song that happens in Dark Souls speedrunning, it's
Yeah.
like the same idea. It's like, this is really nice, but I actually have to concentrate on this fight. If I get one thing wrong, I'll die.
Yep. Okay, so Lev with some nice movement in the 1,000-meter section. Squealio joining him on the summit.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
a bit too early on
definitely.
the upward dash, yeah.
Okay, Lev with some pretty nice movement.
I'm not even playing for you right now.
I know, but I just want to imagine it. It's so good.
It is good. It's very good, yeah.
I just love the instrumentation that the artists decided to use. Like, it's really
Shout out
awesome.
Selena Rain. Good stuff. I
All the
she's-
B-side remixes are so hyped too.
I know she's not listening, but shout out Selena Rain. Oh!
Ooh, the dash
Missed Ultra
right in
over
the
there,
spikes.
yeah. A bit of a mistimed Ultra. Waited a bit too long and Ultra'd right into spikes.
Nice hypers out of these dream blocks. Lev going stupid fast through this section. Now 1,500, pretty difficult area.
Yep, Split deciding not to go for the little corner bounce there.
I still can't believe we saw Aurora Dash go for a demo earlier on in 1,500 meters.
I was not able to watch that. I heard you react to it, but I was actually driving home when you said that. So I did not
Oh, man.
see where that demo was.
It was in one of the first rooms in 1,500 where like I think there's like 2 pillars of the dust bunnies that you have to normally jump over.
Oh yeah, I know where it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen the any percent test, so I know of a lot of the demos that exist in Summit, because there are a lot actually. Of course, you don't go for any of them really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to see that.
I still can't believe Aurora got it first try. I must have really practiced it.
Absolutely.
I think because it's so low to the ground and towards the start of the room, that definitely I think helps with being able to get it easily.
People have been able to just find little rhythm setups here and there for certain demo dashes. Some of them can be done pretty easily for our for humans. The only one that we use though is the one that we had to make sure had a okay setup for humans.
Yeah.
I'll teach you that one too. That one's pretty fun. It's really satisfying.
I'm looking forward to it. I've heard good things about it. The only thing is, like, I'm gonna be running on Switch with a DualShock 4 adapter.
Oh well,
at first.
which also means that you won't be able to do demo dash. So
Oh wait,
there goes
Demo Dash
that
isn't even on Switch?
Nope.
Wow,
It is
didn't even
not
realize.
yeah, the thing that makes it possible is the ability to do a crouch midair, which is not possible on Switch.
Oh, rip. Well, hey, the game is
Oh!
$20. Oh boy.
Nearly
Lev
had
going for
that.
Yeah,
Was a
would've been
little bit
super
low,
clean.
was spamming jump, but was so low on that wall that ended up getting a jump off the wall instead of a wall climb. That's unfortunate. Oh, demo is on the Switch? It's really hard.
The day I learned.
It's like really tight though. It's really hard to do demo dashes without any sort of like outside help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Manual demo inputs. I did them on PC for a while, so until it was like I'm losing a lot of time to dying a bunch of times to demo dash. So I'm just gonna use the keybind. I'm gonna make a demo bind, and it helped. I now get it like within like the first few tries every time now, as opposed to either getting on the first try or taking like 10 tries. So it really does help.
Yeah, demo button. I've heard it really increased consistency whenever people started doing that.
Mm-hmm. It's very good to use. Doesn't exactly exist on consoles though. No matter what, like even if you were to do like even if you were to do like the latest patch, obviously you can't really put that in.
Right.
Doesn't exist. Yeah, you could do D-pad plus analog because there is something that is in this game is priority input management. So you can do that.
Interesting.
Yeah. On keyboard, it's a lot more complicated, but basically the idea of it is that the whatever you're doing on the D-pad is king, essentially. So if you are holding down on the joystick while holding left on the D-pad, you'll do and hit dash, you'll do a crouching dash to the left.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're holding it, and whereas a manual one is a lot more inputs.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, because you're doing the left input on the D-pad, it will be like, okay, so you're doing a left because the priority is the D-pad.
I see.
With keyboard, there's actually a lot more rules with priority. It's like there's just regular letters also have a priority in them, and so does WASD is its own category on top of that. So it's like there's like 4 different priorities. I forget exactly what the order is, but for controller, that makes sense. Like for controller, it's pretty easy to remember.
Yeah. Okay, Lev working his way through the flag section. Squealio, meanwhile, going up through Mirror Temple, or at least the revisit in the summit. You got some pretty nice movement from Lev. Seems to be taking the flags pretty serious and pretty smooth.
Here at flag 11 right now, as Squealio did take a death, is opting to not do the wall bound strategy. That is a blind wall bounce because you're doing it on a wall that is behind a cloud. So it can be kind of hard to get it exactly right if you're not experienced with it.
Yeah. Pretty solid movement though, despite that.
Yeah, meanwhile,
Lev is really
on
going
the
fast.
final 6 flags, got about on average about 50 seconds before they will be at the top of the summit. Given if everything goes right from here on out, of course.
Nice feather movement. On flag number 3 now. Pretty tight feather corridor here. Okay.
Really opting to not fast fall through any of these areas, which is going to be kind of time costing considering we got upward wind. We're kind of floaty right now.
Yep.
But it is the safer way, of course. As Lev is now moving through the final flag, and we'll be taking this one.
Very nice performance from Lev. Let's see what that final timer reading is. A 32:10. GG's to Lev067 from the Archie gang.
Yes.
Julio, meanwhile, finishing out with a still respectable run.
Ooh, taking a death.
Good thing you
hitting
took
a
that flag.
11. Yeah, you'd never skip that flag. And not just because it's like a difficult flag, it doesn't really save much time, so take it.
Yeah.
And yes, really doing a bit of a variation on the flag 9 skip while still taking the flag.
Very nice movement up to this orb.
Okay, now on the final 5 flags for Squealio. And we'll be getting a good amount of points as well, it seems. Still within a couple minutes. of the of Lev's finish time. Of course, I don't want to speak too soon here. He's gonna take a death on flag 3, but not too far back right now.
He can still make a really, really solid showing. Flag number 2. A little bit more movement left, and he will be in a good spot.
Yeah, doing some nice movement strategies at the end here. Some safe movement strategies as well, with them being, still good speed strats.
Yep.
Yeah, so Squealio gonna be finishing it out there, getting, I believe, a 34. Yep, 34-23. So that is gonna be about a 2-minute difference, 2-minute 30-second difference.
It's still a really, really nice showing.
Oh wait, no, he's on the wrong file right now. So I was going off of that time. I think it's 1 minute 30 seconds, because it was like a 32 something.
Yeah, something like that. And Squealio unfortunately busted Mike, so will not be joining for interviews. But we do have Lev in the call with us. How are you feeling after that win, man?
Oh, that was a very interesting run.
Yeah, there were.
I was on PB pace after Temple, even though I didn't do the cutscene skip.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Then I proceeded to lose a minute on question.
Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah, I get. Good on you, of course, to be able to do that, because Squealio not capable of doing the cutscene skip, so just gonna be good sportsmanship being able to deciding to keep that going. But yeah, I mean, it is only like a 5-second time loss, so it's not
It's
really...
a 13-second time loss.
Oh, 13 seconds, excuse me.
Yeah.
Which I guess in the long run wouldn't like be a huge deal, but it can be pretty significant in some cases. So but I don't really remember too much trouble. There were some like misinputs with some ultras here and there, but like overall, you seem to be pretty good.
I mean, I guess I failed top route on 2,000 meters like 7 times, but
Right.
Yeah, and you had some problems with like the leg skip and like a few other spike jumps here and there.
No idea. I missed leg skip like 20 times.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, spike jumps were just like a huge problem for you today.
I mean, there's 2, and I missed. Oh, 3 actually. Yeah.
Yeah, technically, like skips a spike jump, but as I did explain to Electric, it is a different type of spike jump.
I mean, what? It depends what you say is a spike jump, because you're just going between the hitbox of the spikes and the wall and ball bouncing. It's not really like a true spike jump at all.
Right.
So GG Squeal for the PB.
Yeah, he just confirm in Discord chat that is a recorded PB. Must have gotten a faster time offline at some point, but the first provable PB that you can have.
So a pretty nice run to have is that little PB, and still something to have a good chance of improving on. So GG's to Squealio for that, and GG's to you yet again, Lev. Thanks for taking that win.
Alright. Thanks for hosting a tournament.
Oh wow, so that's only, and according to Squealio, only 2 seconds off of their offline PB. So
I think Squeal's got like 34 2x's like 7 times or something like that.
That's
he's like done for a giant PB soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, at least a 32, 33.
Yeah, but with all of that in mind, we're gonna do, of course, our outro at this point. So exclamation point YT in chat, Twitter. There's merch you can buy. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do. It's good to stop by those YouTube channels, because we are uploading all past games to that to the secondary YouTube channel there, the tournaments one, and the Global Speedrun Association for like highlight videos and places where you can find the podcast, the rundown thing posted every week. So yeah.
And of course, exclamation point schedule to see all of our upcoming races. We've got tons of group stage events this week and the next week. So come back and see any of our group stage races. Thanks so much for watching tonight. I'm Electric, and thanks for joining me, Troy. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been fun.
All right, we'll
Have a
see
good
all
day.
you later. Peace.